Hello. It's been a couple weeks since we've done this, though I think it's been even longer for us. We are the Dice Jailers with our continuing campaign, and who the fuck knows what time is? Not me. The music you'll hear during our campaign is brought to you by Sirenscape. They are awesome. They are wonderful. They are free, or you can give them money to have more options, like I do, because I like choices. Because, hey, who wants limitation when you're easily distracted? Jordan, what do we have that's good?
I mean, this entire show, but
yes, I trust. Like, I have no friggin' announcements because we just closed the 20th main stage season of Shakespeare Northwest, which is awesome. We made around somewhere between $10,000 and $11,000 in ticket sales, so I think we actually covered our operating budget for the year. So
there we go.
Go us! It was fun, and that meant I got to shave off that really ugly beard I had. Oh, Jamie with the soundboard, thank you.
We just have our usual announcement stuff, like after the Sirenscape. Remember to watch our friends at The Ugly Radio, Save the D8, No Latency, go buy dice from Whitney at Smoking Glue Guns, the Dice Cast Gaming. We've got a lot of friends that do other stuff, so if you run out of things to watch, you can watch our past stuff or our friends' stuff. Also, keep an eye out if you're in the Seattle area for it's finally been announced, so I can say it. I don't remember the dates off the top of my head because I'm a bad actor, but the live show for The Ugly Radio I will be a part of, and it will happen live in Seattle, I think end of September, middle of September. It's been a long time that the announcement's been coming, and we've shifted the date, so I don't remember off the top of my head, and I don't want to say something wrong.
And whether or not you're in the Seattle area, because they exist online, there is a lovely tea shop here in Seattle, Friday afternoon tea. Coming this Monday, they are introducing a brand new wave of teas. Some of us are big Shakespeare nerds, so we're excited about it. Shakespeare-inspired teas. They're our friend, and Friday also, she's done some games that have been online as well. I don't know which ones or where you can find them because I did bad research, but I just want to plug her shop because we were there on Saturday, and it was great.
Look, the one thing you can say about us is that we're always prepared. And you know who's always prepared? Jamie.
You can say it, but it's not true. That might be more true.
No, it's not. Hi, guys.
No, it's true that your name's Jamie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll allow that. So I was just looking at our notes, and the last time we played was over a month ago, and so I don't remember how to anything, including how to do this, which I only barely knew how to do ever. If I recall, the general outline was I was going to ramble about something while Jordan laughed and kind of shook his head helplessly, and I tried really hard not to look at anybody else because it would distract me. So I don't quite feel like that's gone on long enough, so I'm going to stretch that a little bit longer, just talking about nothing at all. How are you guys doing? It's very hot here. I don't enjoy it. If you hear humming in the background, not bathroom.
If you hear humming in the bathroom, I'm concerned because only the two of us live here.
Yeah. If you hear humming in the background, that is my air conditioning unit that is sitting next to me and providing zero cooling to me personally. That's probably enough vamping. So if you look over on some side of the screen that I do not recall, but Jordan will probably point at right now, you can see the link to our Ko-fi page. That is, God damn it, no. Ko-fi, yes, that was right.
Yeah.
Ko-fi as in low-fi. It is ko-fi.com/dicejailers, where you could send us actual human monies if you, for some reason, wanted to support this nonsense. Maybe we would get better. Maybe, like, your monetary support would be what it took to, like, turn over a new leaf and, prepare ad copy in advance. There's no way to know unless you send money. So, thank you for your consideration, and money, please!
Well, with that, and with our
I'm a trained actor. Sorry.
Listen.
Just there's a Shakespeare festival. I'm like, no one take me seriously.
Circus animals are trained, so I'm just like, let's not put that word into meaning too much.
Early possible title. You
all were on the road to Berryhaven in the Gnomish nation of Glimmershore on the southeast portion of the continent. While traveling along, there was a tremor that was felt, and you all, having run into various horrors, for lack of a better term, were greatly concerned about what the source of it was. Ohaku used his dagger of great legend, which is the head of a spear, the mistletoe spear, which killed the god Balder, and use it to commune with nature and the gods, finding out this earthquake was completely natural, and it now had passed, and was nothing to worry about. So there was some relief for you all there. You also encountered a group of, which you could only assume to be, well, they introduced themselves as pirates, though you didn't see where their ship was. They'd apparently parked it somewhere along the coast as they were traveling along the land, quite excited about this treasure they had found. And it was identified as a Horn of Valhalla. And so they used it to summon a bunch of berserker spirits, basically to go celebrate and party with them. Ohaku also learned that about 2.5 miles west of where you all were, just through his spell, there is a small dwelling that is well maintained, and not much more of note from that. But also learned that the land where Berryhaven actually rests was many centuries ago once blessed by the god Freyr. It's a ring-shaped town that has a central crossroads, and in the center, this lingonberry bush that bears fruit year-round, and is also the actual bush that was planted there by Freyr. This portion of the journey had come just on the heels of Garnet having a meeting with all the rest of you in attendance with 2 gnomish thieves of legend, and you found out that upon arrival in Garnet's hometown of Tinkerborough, that you would meet with a blacksmith there by the name of Haldrick, who would give you some goods that you need to transport to the gnomish city of Gizmopolis. However, there was a wrinkle in it, as there would be a competing group against you. Your old acquaintances, the Low Elves. It's also instructed that there are to be no casualties on either side of this challenge. But when you reach
fun thing.
Haldrick, you can decide if you want to transport the goods or try and steal the goods from your opponents and then finish transporting them. But as you all arrive here in Berryhaven, the evening is approaching as you all enter town.
What's it look like?
So there are various farms kind of stretching in all directions. Most of the farmland is out beyond the external ring of the city. There are some crops within. The majority of the crops are various berry vines, and you can also see along this entire ring various buildings, homes, establishments of sorts. There's a few people out and about, just as you'd expect in a small town like this.
So, I figure the plan is to find a place to stay for the night and then figure out where in the world that entire band just came from out of nowhere.
And as you look off in the distance, you can see nearby, just outside of one of the taverns, there are a few individuals just playing out of tune together. Sounds quite jovial.
Garnet, are you familiar with the area at all?
You are somewhat. I mean, you've been here plenty of times, but it's not one of those, just knowing the lay of the land super well. Like you come here, sometimes you or your family, friends who are with you might buy berries, buy wine, buy various assorted berry goods. Sometimes you might see people leaving with a article of clothing that said, "I had a very good time." Like there is all kinds of merch here in Berry Haven. You would know that a couple of the best known farms here would be Berry Ridge Acres and the Horseshoe Vineyard. There's also the Pitchfork Orchard. They're successful, just not as well known.
Just kind of weird to have like an amount of time to do whatever we want before, doing something important.
Where have we stayed in the past when traveling through?
When traveling here, the places you most often had stayed, there is a inn and combined tavern not too far from where you guys physically are right now. In fact, it's the one the band is playing outside of, known as the Sunrise Palace. And you have also stayed within Berry Ridge Acres before.
Since we're here for the night, do we want to at least go secure rooms first, and then let's just we're close to Sunrise Palace, so let's start there.
Yeah, grab some rooms, grab some dinner, see where the rest of the evening takes us, I guess.
Yeah, and you'll see the Sunrise Palace itself. It's not the most ostentatious building, but it is one of the largest. And there's kind of central saloon style double doors in this kind of dome-shaped archway. Either side, very long porch extended, mostly swinging chairs about, and all far off to one side, you can see this trio just playing some music, entertaining the folks. You can tell people have been drinking. There's a lot of clapping on the 1 and the 3 going on right now.
Now, I know you did that just to make me grumpy.
You're not wrong. You're welcome. Hey, man, that's what you get for asking, hey, where'd that band come from? So,
Heck, all right.
Go ahead and start dancing.
Yeah, you watch as you all are entering, like, Pohaku is... Now, are you just, like, dancing, getting down with your bad self, or does this resemble your Blade song at all?
I mean, there's some similarities, but no, this is not Blade songing. This is very much just flailing around. Arms are going all over the place, and I'm just having fun.
All right, give me a performance check.
Dancing with myself. Oh. That's a natural 1 for a 4.
So,
Perfect.
Amazing.
Pohaku is just completely... He's lost in...
Wait, hold on.
Huh?
I'm using my inspiration on that shit. I'm a better
What?
dancer than that.
Okay. 15. That changes.
Gotta use the inspiration on the important thing.
So as Pohaku answered, the toe of one of your boots kind of catches onto the lip of a step, and you feel yourself teetering forward, and then somehow on the beat you go into this shoulder roll and come up out of it. You all watch as Pohaku actually rolls underneath the saloon doors. You're kind of standing up inside looking around, continuing the dance as the rest of you come in. As you all enter, Pohaku, largely because of your very attention-drawing entrance, this halfling male. You can see he's got these big old sideburns that come down into some very impressive mutton chops, some tousled, messy brown hair. Oh, goodness. It was quite the entrance there. What can I do for you?
A half-orc speaking halfling? That's weird.
It is a halfling.
Oh, okay.
He's got the facial hair of a half-orc, but he's a halfling.
I'm going to answer in halfling. Is it afternoon, you said?
Yeah, it's fairly late afternoon.
Afternoon, sir. We were looking for rooms if you had any.
Well, I've got plenty. I always say, if you've got coin, I've got room. Except for I don't got room, but I have it right now, so I suppose that works just fine and dandy. I see there's the 6 of you. You need 6 individual rooms, one for the whole lot of you to just get comfy cozy or somewhere in the in-between.
I think Siobhan notices Kira looking back and forth, realizes, because I'm going to say that she just instinctively seeing halflings, spoken halfling, and then went, oh, sorry, one room for each of us, do we want to share? Switches to common.
2 or 3 rooms probably is best, so we're not super cramped.
Looks over at Mannix's fancy ass.
I'll just... How much for 1 room apiece?
Let's see here. Depends on how many nights you're staying, but it'd be 2 silver a night. So for the 6 rooms, I suppose I could do you a kindness and let you take all 6 for a piece of gold a night.
I mean, we're staying, what? Just one night? Because we're getting there sooner than planned. Oh, right.
Yep.
I'm just gonna slide him 2 gold. Just...
Well then. He pulls out this key ring, pulls off 6 keys. Rooms 1 through 6 will be the ones for you. If you head up the stairs behind me, they'll be really easy to find. They'll be the first 6 ones you come across.
Dance floor, you just hear, hey, Barry Haven, I?
I take 1 point of psychic damage.
I spell I, so I can write that down for the potential.
You
Just go with your
you might have
heart.
to Google that. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, but there's at least 5 eyes in it.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that because I was in the middle of writing my 4th eye and deciding if I should go forward or not.
There's at least 5.
Yeah, the band has they've started to pick up the tempo on what they're playing with your enthusiasm there, Pohaku. They are just enjoying it.
Also,
Likewise.
just while looking over at Pohaku still dancing, you know what? And I'm gonna hand a 3rd gold. Our friend that's dancing is gonna want one of everything, so I'm just gonna preempt that.
Hey, so one of everything. The menu is a bit meager, but I'm more than happy to provide that. It can absolutely be done. It'll take a little while to prepare, but make sure you all get well fed.
You know me so well.
And Mannix will... My compatriots, I don't mean to be overly rude, but I do love correcting people. It's maybe possibly my favorite thing, and the plan was 2 nights here because Siobhan wanted to fully enjoy Berry festivities for an entire day, so you may have to hand the lad some additional gold to pay as you were planning on. I promise you I'm right. I'm very good at that.
I know you're just looking out for Siobhan's interest there, Mannix. Good job.
You see right through me.
Good thing you already paid him 2 gold.
Yeah. He's just gonna find another, 2 gold at some point through the night.
And looking about here, you can see that there's clearly some folks are very much locals that are hanging out, but you can see a few touristy individuals, like folks. Again, a lot of the merch. You're seeing, I am Barry special on. There is a show. Also, you're seeing a tunic. It says, "I once was blind, but now acai."
I leave the town.
I'll
Never
take
let-
one of each.
Never let Kira have high level magic, or he's going to cast Meteor Swarm on Berryhaven.
No, just the t-shirt shop.
I feel like Pohaku is going to get the one that's like, I had a very good time, but he's going to cut it off just below the pecs.
So you're just gonna see I had a berry, and then you had to cut the rest.
It just says, yeah. Haku's because up to there, it just says, "I had a berry." And that's it's good time has been cut off.
I'll write it on my abs.
I see. Siobhan's eyes keep getting progressively bigger. You've also noticed her looking around a bit as if she thought that there was going to be like berries falling from heaven, and she's not sure that might start at any moment. But she's seeing these shirts and is like, where could I go to get some of those souvenir shirts, sir?
Oh, I mean, if you
This isn't halfling. This is definitely in halfling.
if you stop on into any of the farms around here, they all sell them along with their various wares and foodstuffs. So you'd be able to find them quite easily.
Thank you. I have 3 brothers.
Well, if you want my opinion, and it's fine if you don't, I'd say that I would. I'd most likely go to the Horseshoe Vineyard. Not only are you going to get a good variety of I've been to Berryhaven kind of merchandise, in addition to the various jams, fresh berries, dried berries, and all that. They do make some of the finest beverages, I think, in all of the Western realms, if I do say so myself, and I've done me fair bit of traveling. Don't think I am just a local rube here who doesn't know the difference from difference.
Beverages?
Well, sure, you'll get various juices, of course. If you want your more adult-type beverages, they have various types of mead that are flavored with berries. They have all sorts of berry-flavored wine. You'll find some berry ciders, berry ales. You'll find a few fine spirits that are actually distilled right along with natural berry juice. The only thing I'll warn people about, and they're not always great about warning about this, some of that stuff will spoil on you if you don't drink it too quickly or keep it at a decent temperature, but it's quite delicious.
Thank you. I think, as much as possible, her eyes just turned into like anime with like heart pupils.
Is she wearing her sunglasses? Like, do her pupils appear? Like, do her the whites of her eyes appear above and below the glasses? Just like a couple of fried eggs.
I know she definitely doesn't have her sunglasses on inside.
Okay.
There is the danger of her eyes glowing. Well, no, it's like this. I don't know if this is pure wonder, but she's definitely.
Sure, yeah, for good reason.
I'm just gonna go set a couple things down from my pack up in the room. I'll be right back.
Yep. So Kira heads on off, and this individual is just if you need anything, just be sure to ask her. The name's Goodstill, Merlin Goodstill, and make sure to take best care of you while you're staying here at the palace.
Remind me where we're staying. I got excited by the berries and forgot to write down like anything.
The Sunrise Palace.
Sunrise Palace. Thank you.
And for anyone who does look about, you quickly notice that, and you can sort of tell this just by the edge of the coastline far off and in the distance there. There are a huge amount of east-facing windows in this establishment. Anyone who wants to can give me either a nature or survival check.
I'm busy doing another activity.
Ooh! I got 21 survival.
Premise fire. Okay.
25 nature.
So that nature.
Ooh,
So
always gotta show me up.
he is nature boy.
That's why I was grinning to be like, there.
So what you two both notice is not only do you realize there are all these east-facing windows, you quickly notice that all the rooms you're in have east-facing windows as well, meaning when that sunrise happens.
Well, it's gonna be very fucking bright.
Yeah, it's a farming town, so you quickly realize, yes, this is one of those places where many people rise with the sun.
It's winter, though. I mean, it's getting to be winter, right? So the sun might be rising at a reasonable time.
It would rise a little bit later. You are also on the
South.
southern part of the continent, so days are much more consistent in length here than where you're from at the Vagabond Assemblage.
Sure.
So sun will come up a little later, but it's also going to come up a little earlier
Tomorrow?
this time of year. But what's that?
Sun will come up tomorrow?
You better hope so. But you also don't have that super early darkness to, make everybody depressed and need to go to bed right away.
Say you're from Seattle without saying you're from Seattle.
And then what's Kira up to?
So I'm very quickly just going to take note of the different rooms we have, pick out one specific key, because I hoped I hadn't handed them all out yet. Pick one specific key that I was going to remember to give to Pohaku, and just hide a little box in his room.
Okay. So, yeah, and between rooms 1 through 6, you can decide which one that's in.
But yeah, I'm
Siobhan.
just gonna hide a little box.
Good. Yeah, Siobhan, give me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Uh-oh. I have advantage against those, don't I?
Yes.
Wisdom save is 21.
Sure. Okay, thank you.
So
yeah. So Kira's gone momentarily, and then soon after is back. And you all have, found your way to a fairly large, kind of half-moon-shaped table. It's got a good view of this entire establishment. And Merlin has come out and brought no shortage of a variety of foods. There are a couple types of braised meats that have different kind of berry glazes on them. There's like this kind of whole roast bird of some sort. You assume pheasant by the size of it. And there's also a pork roast as well that's served to you. 3 types of berry pie there as well. Sort of very like jumbled up fruit salad, some roasted field vegetables as well. That again,
this is their simple meal.
Simple people. It's all you looking at it. Think, with where you've grown up in the assemblage, Siobhan, you would have been around and known some farmers. This is all clearly very locally sourced. There's a very rustic feel to it. Yeah, there's a large amount of it, but there was, you guys wanted one of everything, and Kira.
Oh, you did say that. Okay.
Kira said it's a little decent amount of gold there, so it's like, well, here you go. And so this veritable feast is laid out before you. And he's like, so they'll take care of your food probably for who knows when. I don't know your appetites. As far as beverages go, as the pitcher of water there, I don't know if that's going to suffice, or if you're needing something a bit stronger after your time on the road.
You said there was berry wine?
There's a few of them. What sort of flavor variety are you looking for?
Sir, I'm from the motherfucker, I can't speak. Sir, I'm from the Vagabond Assemblage. I've never had a berry wine. You tell me.
I've got just the thing for... How do you feel about blackberries?
Very positive.
You got just the thing for y'all. I'll bring a couple of bottles of blackberry wine for the whole lot of you. Comes back these 2 bottles and just sets out a half dozen goblets. It's like, well, enjoy yourselves when you're finished. You can just leave it all on the table. I'll clean it up for you afterwards. No trouble. And again, Maryland good still. If you need anything, I'll be the get behind the bar.
I'm immediately going with whatever decorum I can muster. Like I excitedly lunge for the wine and then catch myself halfway through and attempt to have some, decorum in taking it.
Make a charisma saving throw.
Oh no! Well, this will be bad.
Yeah, this is save against manners.
9.
So you don't tackle the bottle full on, but there is very much in a very excited grab, and you kind of feel yourself catch yourself for a sec before. And this part's pretty impressive, as Siobhan's the cork is slightly distended out from the bottle, and Siobhan, you just kind of grip onto it. And there was a wine key, a corkscrew sitting there, but you don't need it. You're strong.
Strong.
Yep.
Yeah, I think I lunged forward and then sensed my mother's disapproval from the other side of the continent. I was like, oh, right.
Yeah, you kind of tried to save face, trying to make it look like you were trying to do a thing. You don't know how...
Sorry, Ma.
Yeah, you don't know how well everybody bought it, but... Yeah, so the beverages are poured out. Mannix is doing his best to eat with manners using a fork and fork, as there is no table knife here, and he's just doing his best. He's more shredding his pork than cutting it, but he's doing what he can.
Oh, I had a dumb thought last time we were eating together around a table. Everything can still be finger food, and I'm going to cast Mage Hand, and then just Mage Hand rather than using utensils.
How horrified is...
Make an Arcana check.
Love this. That's a... 13.
Okay. There are a couple bites that are a little clumsy, trying to get... every now and then you have to kind of chase one. Yeah. Kind of like if you're holding a snack above a dog, the way it's kind of you have to chase one or two of them a little bit, but there's no messes. Yeah, it's very much like the episode of Red Dwarf where they're trying to eat with the animator chopsticks. Every now and then you just find yourself watching the food slightly above you, trying to figure out exactly how to bring that mage hand back down to mouth level. You find the actual best technique. Yeah, the best technique is to get a very small piece of it and pick it up with mage hand, carry it directly over your mouth, and just release it. It's the lowering it to the face where you just kind of run into some issues. Mannix just looks fucking appalled.
No, it's alright. If you look closely, you can see that the mage hand has its pinky up.
Yeah.
Well, it would never survive in high society, but I suppose it gets points for trying.
Well, despite my father, it's not like they'd ever let me into high society anyway. Did I say that out loud? Doesn't matter.
I believe you're a fugitive at this point, are you not?
My dear boy, well, I do prattle on about high society from time to time. You've traveled with me long enough to know 2 things. 1, the luxuries are worth enjoying, but 2, almost every last one of them is a complete arsehole. You're not missing much.
You right.
Well, it's also well known that the C in Kira stands for classy. Wait a minute.
Wait. Pohaku, how do you think I spell my name?
Ciara here.
We're gonna move past that. Who cares about spelling anyway?
How's Reba doing with all this? Like, how does she feel about this, like, various smorgasbord? Enjoying herself?
Reba is absolutely taking one of everything. At one point, she does pull someone aside and ask, "Do you have any berry sherries?" Just for them.
The individual you pull aside, it's the assistant to Marilyn. This very just skinny, even by elf standards, young elvish man. Oh, berry sherries. We actually do. Are you seriously wanting one, or you're just enjoying the wordplay? Because I don't want to open it and pour it if you don't actually want it. I feel I have to ask these days. Is it?
Yes.
Yes. Oh well, Miss. Is it one for you? Oh, you're at the fun table. Delightful. Are you wanting just a small bottle for your entire table?
I'll take that.
Okay. The cost of that, it would cost you 5 silver pieces.
You got it.
Kitty.
He'll happily take the 5 silver, and he comes back with this small, very ornately cut bottle. It's cut to look basically like fine crystal. It's glass. You can quickly tell. It's kind of like by the thickness of it, but it looks very nice. And inside is this pinkish, and even through the glass, it looks like almost like effervescent liquid. This is made from fresh strawberries. Enjoy.
I don't suppose you have any berry sherry.
Oh, all out, I'm afraid.
Okay. I was just saying that because it sounded like fun to say.
It does sound fun, doesn't it? He will shuffle off back behind the bar. And the strawberry sherry, it's nice. It is slightly effervescent, not so bubbly as to be like champagne, but there's just this slight hint of effervescence to it. Quite lovely.
Also, after seeing Siobhan's absolute delight at the blackberry, just Reba takes it upon herself to just make sure that cup is full.
How is it, by the way?
The blackberry wine. It's everything here just tastes fresh and fantastic. Like you're quickly understanding why this is such a destination place for people who are tourists around the Western Realms. Yeah, they have all the various merch you can buy that has all the berry puns on it, but everything is fresh, delicious, and well made. They're not trying to fancy up anything. They are presenting it exactly what it is and letting the ingredients speak for themselves.
Now, I hate to do this now while we're having fun, but we might want to think strategy occasionally. Or I guess we could just have a fun night. I don't know. I feel weird without a task to do.
All right. Well, did we... Okay, actually, this is out of character because I can't remember. Did we decide if we wanted to... Did we decide if we wanted to be the ones who had the MacGuffin or the ones who are trying to steal the MacGuffin.
I think we were all leaning towards having it in the first place and at least keeping it under our control.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, back in character then. Right, well, I've been thinking, and I do think that being the ones to have the what have you is probably the move, because we have an advantage in Garnet being the only one from around here. So it's possible we could take paths that they never catch up to us in the first place. Also, I can't remember, it may have been you, Kira, who had the idea to just put it in the portable hole, or the bag of holding, rather, in the first place. Which case, how are they going to steal it from us when they can't bloody see it?
As well as once we get up to the city, we don't have to necessarily take the proper channels, because But is it... It feels weird to have a plan that simple, but also it might just work.
I mean, it's like something. Well, the last heist we had a really, complicated plan that went pear-shaped, or almost immediately. So
maybe simple is the way to go.
Yeah, maybe we don't have a plan so much as we have an idea, and this is our current idea. And then when the situation changes, we go, okay, next idea.
Here's the plan. I have a plan. The plan is we keep them away from it.
Yeah, I learned about keep away.
As long as we stick to the plan, it's foolproof.
I have found that using invisibility is wildly effective. What do you think? Keep away. So I vote whoever holds the bag of holding is invisible.
That's really smart.
Well, but and we can certainly do that. But the invisibility spell that I know, the mud will kind of cake off and fall off of you in 10 minutes.
Right.
Be invisible at any one time.
Good 10-minute head start.
Oh no, I do have that spell. Or pardon,
Nice,
no, that's 10 minutes. It's an hour. Pardon me.
I mean, if we combine the mobility and the invisibility at the same time, closer to the end of the race, it might just be that thing that gets us over the edge.
Would it be possible for more than one of us? Sorry, the accent is very out of practice. Maybe possible for more than one of us to be invisible at the same time.
It is.
Just because they know how many of us we are. If one of us isn't visible, they'll know that that's out for. But if they can't see more than one of us, then that's... And then especially if we, go in different directions or take different routes.
Well, because then we could do a combination of magical invisibility and just the fact that Garnet seems to be able to slip out of existence at any time. Where did she go?
She probably doesn't need a donor.
Make 3 people invisible.
So I don't know if there's any point in making me invisible, because I probably, stumble and clank and trip over things anyway.
Can't hide the sound of Finnegan handiwork?
More footwork, but... No, more of the footwork, I think, is the problem, but... Oh, and also, what if I was a bit of a decoy, that I say... Because... I look like a feckin' guard, don't I? And so if we have me especially closely tailing, say, just for example, Kira, I'm just always right on your back. And it's not you who has the bag but they think it is. So then they're not paying attention to, I don't know, Reba having it.
That's not bad either. I guess we still got
method-
another whole day.
What method of transportation are we just using in general? Well, because this is going to be a long-term thing, and while our magic is going to be helpful for pieces of it, yeah, are we basically? Pardon, I just don't recall. Are we getting on a train? Are we getting on horses? Like, how are we actually making our way to this?
Hey, how far is Gizmopolis from Tinkerborough?
It's quite the distance. I can pull up the map here. As they are not terribly close to each other. There we go. So yeah, Gizmopolis is almost it is the furthest southeast corner of the entire map. Like, that is kind of the last spot you get to. And then as far as the rest of it, he said, faffing about as he waited for the map to load. There it comes. So you would be looking at the distance as the crow flies. You'd probably be looking at, if you could stay in the air the entire time at a decent pace of travel, probably about 2-3 days. You could try and travel on foot. You're probably looking closer to about 3-4 days, and you got to figure out your way up to the city from the ground. To get there via train, you would first have to travel west along the road for the better part of a day, where you could pick up on the lightning rail, which would then take you up to Gizmopolis itself, unless you knew an alternative way.
How long would that train How long would the train ride take?
Depends on if you're on the express or not, but not terribly long, as there are very few stops between Tinkerborough and Gizmopolis. Like couple few hours probably.
So maybe we just go horses to train to just try and outspeed them. Because, like, if we have to fight them on a train, and it happens to be the lightning rail, and it happens to be up in the air, it is not my fault that they've fallen off.
Splitting the party is always a wonderful idea. What if we... I'm making this overly complicated and I love it. What if we go, I don't know, some distance away from here, and then when we can confirm contact with the low elves, this is reliant on, you know, we spot them before they spot us necessarily. Kira and I can make a few people invisible while they're watching, but then have the real thing, like, and then we all start, you know, riding off in one direction, and then like 2 people go for the train, and now they're trying to catch everybody riding away while the people are actually on the train.
Or what if, and Siobhan's a little bit flushed and drunk now, because this one glass of blackberry wine is apparently bottomless. This is delicious, by the way. You should try this. It's really very nice. But, alright, what if we make sure they see us, turn 2 people invisible, right? And then Or no, maybe you do turn me invisible because I'll be shite and you'll still see my footfalls and, it'll be obvious and I'll probably trip over things. And so I turn invisible and they go after me, but I don't have the thing, see? So they're going after me, but I don't have it. It's someone who turned me invisible, for example, and it's a double bluff. It is.
Right, because they won't know that we know that they know that... I don't know, I got lost already.
Yeah.
Speaking of, and I'm gonna look around for any trace of them just in case.
Good call.
Make a perception check.
I know, after this whole conversation, and at the next table, you notice. Fuck.
That's a natural 20 for a 21.
Huh.
Perfect time to get a nat 20.
Looking
Baldur's Gate
about
3 has taught us that there is such a thing as a critical success on a natural 20.
looking about, you have some reasonable concern of going, we're being awfully cavalier talking about this, and our adversaries, if they're nearby, we could really be tipping our hand. And you glance about Berryhaven, and you feel very confident that the members of the Low Elves you met, none of these people are them.
Gotcha. Is there anyone that's taking a particular interest in our conversation above just being like, that's the fun table?
Make an insight check with advantage, because you did roll a natural 20 on that perception. Because there are a couple people kind of glancing in your way, but let's see if you can read their faces.
That's statistically unlikely. It's a 20 to 1.
Oh my gosh.
So that's a 24 insight. That's,
so you can see there are 2 or 3 individuals kind of glancing the way of your table, looking them over. You're pretty confident the whole reason they're looking at you all is partially Mannix doing his damnedest to be dainty with rustic silverware. Siobhan's voice has gotten a little bit louder with the drunkenness, and just kind of the way all of you are just enjoying this smorgasbord of goods. And mostly the look on their faces is, man, those folks look like they're having a good time. Like, these are very approving looks on their faces. But yeah, nobody seems like they're listening to your words. They're more just looking at your overall just way of being. And it's like basically if you were at, your local pub and there's just some clearly big party going on over at this table. You don't know why they're having a good time, but they're clearly having a good time. You just come up and be like, right on, live your life.
Okay. Then I don't mention a thing. Well, so we go roundabout playing around with invisibility. We could get some horses. We could split up into all different ways, and
we don't even know what the thing is, do we?
No.
Because it just occurred to me, what if it's a person? Because then we can't put them in the thing or they'll suffocate.
That's true. I feel like at least until we left the conversation, it was more sounding like it's a thing than a someone. But I guess we won't know until we start.
Yeah, it's definitely been too long for Phoenix's memory. Did we get any sort of inclination as to what this package might be?
I don't believe you were given the full breakdown. However, you were told it was contraband was the term used. So your assumption would reasonably be that it's items, and the idea of it being a person, that'd be a very strange word to use for that. So you don't think it's a person.
I mean, but if it is someone, we just turn them invisible.
Sorry, remind me, who is it that actually gave us this assignment?
Yes, this was given to you by Ilona Goldcloak and Grenla Belotrick, the two extremely famous gnomish
That's right.
thieves. You are to meet up with a contact in Tinkerborough, Halric Cinderbrook, the smith
that's
who
right.
owns the Glimmering Forge. And
I
Halric,
cast... Oh, sorry.
say Halric will have whatever it is that you are required to deliver.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Pause. Don't you love jump
So,
cuts?
yes. Amazing. And so yes, Halric is the one that has them, and you are to deliver them to in Gizmopolis. There's a general store called the Graceful Mouse, run by a gnomish male by the name of Valwyn Isi, and that's who you are to deliver them to. That's the information you would definitely know.
Oh, you'll never see this coming. Pohaku, being very, measured and considered in his actions, immediately casts sending to Ilona. Hey, we're planning. What's the thing that we're supposed to take to the thing with the guy? We're just planning. Thanks.
Few moments pass, and you finally get a response. Planning is adorable. You are adorable. However, our business, if this is who I think it is with your delightful gnomish ally, not you.
I cast sending again. Oh, sorry about that. This is Pohaku. Yeah, Garnet's here too. She's like my best friend, and we were just trying to plan, so it would be helpful. Thanks.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay. 7.
No response.
I kind of tap on my ear. Is this thing on? Well, there's a part of me that wants to cast my third spell slot on it, just to say, just for the sole purpose of saying, well, that was rude. But I will not do that. Pohaku wouldn't be that petty, but he's thinking it.
That's more your last character. That's more Remiel territory.
Yeah.
He would be petty. He would be petty enough to do that. Yeah. You know. I just say it out loud.
What was it doesn't matter. So how's that wine?
Yeah, I was trying to find out, but they only want to talk to Garnet. And I mean, I get it. Garnet's great, and I like talking to her. I mean, everyone likes talking with Garnet, but they wouldn't talk to me because they only want to talk to Garnet.
Thankful you're not supposed to call them on an unsecured line because you don't know who could be listening in, right? Isn't that the thing?
I
They're
don't
like,
think that's a thing.
who is this? Wrong number.
Speaking of an unsecured line, I just thought of a thing that I wanted to look for that has magic to do. Anyway, I'm going to see if there's a magic shop that's open still. So I'm going to go.
And then, Akira, are you just running out looking for this thing, or are you going to ask around or anything? What's your plan?
Just spur of the moment, looking for a place that looks like it has spell scrolls. I don't think I'd be asking around.
Yep, give me an investigation check.
And sorry, real quick here.
Yes,
so,
please.
Siobhan, to that comment about like how is she supposed to know that it was you, an unsecured line? like, I just want to bring you in on Pohaku's thought process here, because you see him start, like, turning to go out the door. And then he turns around, comes back. I was going to show you how it works. People always know it's me. And I was going to show you that from outside. But you told me not to spend those things when you might get hurt, so I didn't. And I just want you to know that, but they always know it's me. That's how it works.
Oh, I'm very confused as to what just happened, but I think thank you. And you just showed growth.
Okay.
What's in wine? It's very nice. This bottle seems to be empty for no apparent reason, but there's more.
Oh, don't worry. That bottle is, that's the wrong bottle, and I will just slide a different bottle over to her. You picked up the wrong one. There's still plenty.
Oh, look, a full bottle.
Yeah, no, here, you should try the sherry.
What's sherry?
Oh, it's berry sherry. The best kind.
It's very berry sherry.
Very berry sherry.
They didn't
Okay.
have any cherry berry sherry, though, which is a real shame.
but this is terribly berry sherry.
And you hear somebody from a table over. I hear it's quite contrary.
It
Berry
contains
sherry,
zero
quite
dairy.
contrary. Went and had a fucking berry. I don't know. This is hard.
Drink enough and it'll be scary berry sherry.
I'm gonna buy my
Just-
shirt. No, I'm gonna buy a brother a shirt that says, I'm a tart. And I'm gonna buy another brother a shirt that says, I'm very happy to see you. No, buried alive. Buried alive. I saw one and there's a picture is like, up to their eyeballs in freaking berries. And then I'm gonna get me ma a one that says, I don't know yet, but I thought of one that was, respect your elderberries. And then I'm going to,
Let me know when you find this amazing shirt factory because I want to buy one that says I'm feeling very fruity.
very fruity. Very fruity. You don't understand.
I just like the prospect that there's a t-shirt merch shop that is this on it with its wordplay.
If not, we've
As
got a great
Siobhan
business
is
opportunity
saying a
here.
lot of these, you're looking around. You see people wearing this stuff.
Well, I don't think she made this up. I think she saw people wearing it, and she's like, right, she's getting Connor that one. She's getting Killian that one. And I've seen the Berryhaven tarts they have. I'm a tart. Oh, no, my mom, no. Ah, booger, maybe I'll remember when I saw it, but it was an apron. And it was dead funny. I'll give elderberry to me gran. No, me pa. Oh. Is there a post office here? There must be a post office, except they wouldn't call it that because that's a modern day thing that Siobhan doesn't know anything about.
Yeah,
If you want, we can get them one of each. Like, for each of them.
No, I think that... No. I would send my brother one funny shirt that annoys him. I would send him... Connor, if this is... Man. Help me think of a pun that has something to do with berries and dogs. Because that'd be perfect for Connor. Berry.
The dog's just a little
Maybe
slawberry.
a dog. Maybe there'll be a dog burying a bone or something.
You are pretty sure you saw that.
Right. And then the bun is the most annoying for Kieran. Oh, somebody loves me very much. Maybe pink with hearts. No, berries. Berries and
I think
hearts.
you should get the one that's all, like, just vaporwave styled, and it just says, fresh.
Siobhan, make a Constitution saving throw.
That's fair. 10.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 4.
Yeah, you currently have the poisoned condition with how drunk you are, so all your ability checks are at disadvantage.
Oh, we could also just get one, someone in Berryhaven loves me very much. That's like such the shirt Grandma brings back.
Yeah, like you've also seen things too that, very nice to meet you. And then one where it's got some various, it's got some like 4-leaf clovers and like a horseshoe on it. It says "Berry Superstitious."
I was having a nice time.
Oh yeah, and then there are one that's got like a bunch of like very, very cute cartoony berries that have like fangs and stuff on them, and it says "Very Scary."
Leftover Halloween merch. Oh, one for babies that says "I'm very sweet."
They have that as well.
Have you ever seen a halfling baby? It's the tiniest thing in the entire freaking world. They're so wee. They're so impossibly wee. Like a kind of cup one.
And this is what happens when we don't have Garnet to wrangle us.
I know, right?
Siobhan is now cradling and talking to an imaginary halfling baby in her hand.
Oh no.
I don't know what was in that bottle, but apparently the wine here is rather potent. And so, yeah, Kira, you heading out, it doesn't take you long to find the magic shop here. Because, again, this town's not super big.
Yeah.
Very simple shop, a hand-painted sign called the Curly Boots.
Cool. Head in.
As you go in, there's a slight haze of incense in the air. As you walk in, the place seems almost eerily quiet. No one instantly seems to be about.
Well, I'll just start looking for like a bookcase or just a bunch of shelves that would be spell scrolls.
You come over to one, you kind of looking through all the scrolls, and all of a sudden, this kind of long, pointed hat with this gnomish woman underneath it. Oh, hello. Yes. Hi. Goodness, didn't hear you come in. What a day. Just getting a few things organized. What can I help you find? Yes. Hello. I said that already. I did say hello. Hi. How are you?
I'm fine. Are you okay?
Oh yeah, more than okay. Yes. What brings you in today? Obviously, you're looking to buy something, of course, right? You wanted something. That's why people come into these shops. Hello. What can I help you with?
Yeah. I was just looking for a specific spell scroll, if you've got it.
Which one?
Okay, so this might sound bad, but sometimes people will ask a whole lot of questions of like why I want this particular scroll, or why people want particular scrolls, I should say, and just gonna want to not answer those questions.
You can see that she's definitely become a bit more tense. You can see like to her robes, she kind of pushes them to a side a little bit. She goes. You can see her hand is kind of just resting on this component pouch.
I'd just like a spell of encode thoughts. A scroll of encode thoughts. You know, the one where you can take a little bit of a memory and make it a... Yeah.
I know what the spell is. Yes, I'm fully... Oh, what do I look like to you? Do I look like some sort of apprentice?
I don't ever try to assume which spells people know.
I know magic. I think you should understand, respect that. If I didn't, I certainly wouldn't be here behind this counter, would I?
I just try not to assume anything.
What do you want the spell for?
Just to share
Her
a
thoughts?
memory. Yeah, just to share a memory that it very specifically needs to be seen exactly what I saw.
That's interesting. I think I like that. I'm fascinated. I'm fascinated. You talk about things that are fascinating and intriguing, and I always love learning about new things. And I was I was just thinking, and she kind of takes a little bit of rouge and applies it to her cheek, and she goes, "I think you should tell me exactly why you want that, and I need you to
God damn it.
see here." Mm-mm-mm.
And a charisma or a wisdom saving throw that you're setting me up for?
I'm going to have you roll a charisma saving throw versus my persuasion.
That is going to be plus... Oh, how close is she standing to me?
Oh, there's maybe 10, maybe 15 feet between y'all.
Are you sure we weren't maybe within 5 feet of each other?
Yes.
Thank you, because then that's an advantage. And that's much better. Because that's going to be a 25 in total for that charisma saving throw.
Yeah, she...
Otherwise, it would have been a 12.
No, she was just casting friends on you.
Whoa, mistake.
And so clearly she was trying to influence your mood. And because you realized she cast the spell, this now has you in a bit of a hostile mindset towards her.
I just need to make sure that things that I want to convey are as believable as possible for a particular situation, and I want to promise you it is best the less everyone knows.
Hey, I'm sorry. I did.
And I
I should have done
to get the point across, I shift my lapel a little bit and show my old badge of rank that probably doesn't matter anymore.
Her eyes grow wide. Okay. Well, I went from totally scared to even more scared to now back a little more at ease. So if you're with them, you know how to do all sorts of things. So that means you could help me. You could help me.
Is that why you were so freaked out earlier? Or frazzled?
Sure. No. So you see, I don't actually run this shop. I just help clean up around here, and I do the work in exchange for lessons. And my teacher and the shop owner sort of got pulled into a book, and I need help getting him out, and so and I guess I'll have it taken out of my wages. It'll go back a ways, but that's fine. If I were to be willing to give you the scroll, do you think you would help him out of the book?
I have some friends that might be able to help more, but we're on a tight schedule. I'm hoping this won't take more than a day. Also,
Yeah.
to be more clear, so that you can be less freaked out, I'm not... Some of the stories you may have heard about my group, I'm actively trying to make them turn over a new leaf and be less awful to people outside of the Empire.
Great, fine, all that wonderful. Don't care. Hoping that you're actually just kind of like good at what you're doing, able to do stuff. So maybe you could, sort of go into the book and get him back out because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well, let me ask my friends and see if they can give me a hand.
Okay.
And we'll be back, I hope. I'm sure they couldn't have gotten too drunk to help somebody out. And I start to head back toward the tavern.
Oh no.
Yeah, and Kira, it doesn't take you long to arrive back, and you find your allies still here at the table. Because you were gone terribly long, maybe 10, 15 minutes tops.
Hey,
Welcome back,
so
Kira.
everybody,
We've got some berry berry, but not cherry sherry. If you'd like to have some.
how
Siobhan's really been a fan of it.
It's well nice.
cool. Pohaku, I think I specifically need your help. Maybe Reba, you as well.
I jump to my feet and am like standing rigidly at attention. Whatever you need.
One, found a magic shop that has the scrolls I was looking for. Also, might have a way to get them for free, but we need to help them a little bit. Someone's stuck in a book. Literally.
That's like, is it a really big book?
It's. I didn't really ask too many questions or examine yet because I figure between one of the three of us, we might know what is going on magically, but also I didn't want to try and explain it when it would be easier if I just gathered everyone and we could see it.
I mean, I've got some, nerdy friends who get stuck in books all the time. It just means they're, a real page-turner, you know? Give them
I think it's a
time,
magic
and
thing.
they'll come to the end.
Yeah.
Owen's stuck. I'm very strong. I can pull them out.
Mannix will speak up and oh dear, if they're trapped within a book, I've heard of things like this. It's entirely possible that some sort of being that resides within it has pulled them into some sort of demi-plane within the tome, and whatever creatures in there holding them, we need to either negotiate with or destroy.
Yeah, so we
What
might
if
be
we
up for a
just-
fight.
What if we just dispelled magic on the book?
That's also something that might work, which is
If
why,
it's a magic book, we can make it no longer a magic book.
and if it's cursed, Reba's
If the
good
book is no longer magic, and
anti-cursing.
the demi-plane were to implode, it can be difficult to know where precisely they would end up. It's not a guarantee they'll just be outside of the book.
It's like a gate in the ocean,
Like an ocean gate?
like an ocean gate.
Huh.
How'd they go from a book to the ocean?
With a very strong submarine.
Well, books can transport you. Anyway, come along.
And yes, I fall in line eagerly. I also
Really,
do
I'm
not
just trying
have
to get
spell
free
magic
stuff.
prepared today.
Yeah.
Mannix is very much joining, as this is magic and fascinating, and he wants to check it out. And so you will all head over. Siobhan with a bit of a stumble.
If someone needs rescuing from a book, I'm very glad to go help.
You all
That's
arrive
cool.
back at the
This can't all go badly.
curly boots and that same gnomish female that Kira met. She's like, oh, you weren't kidding. You have friends. Okay, there's quite a few of you. You're big. You're interesting. You're drunk. Okay. Well, hey.
Which one was I?
Was I big or interesting? Yeah.
Reba was pointed at when she said you're big. Pohaku at you're interesting, and Siobhan, you couldn't quite tell where she was pointing when she said you're drunk.
Could have been anyone.
Good.
Now, let's see that book in question.
Well, it's kind of over here on the reading stand. She gestures, and you can see there's this somewhat large leather tome closed. And who amongst you can speak Celestial?
I do not speak Latin.
Why would any of us have learned Latin?
Yeah, Mannix doesn't know Celestial.
Oh. I don't think any of us know Latin.
Let me pull up Garnet's sheet real quick, but I doubt she's got it. I mean, she might. Maybe that was fun for her.
Yeah.
No.
So this is the book here. I've been kind of afraid to touch it ever since he was drawn into it. So yeah, that'll be what you'll need to do is go ahead and open it up and find your way in there and go ahead and get him on out.
Wait,
Shelf
I'm sorry.
done.
Who is this?
My name is Vensa Thunderkind, and I'm running this place as best I can while I can.
Can I do some sort
Oh,
of like art?
you wanted to know who's in the book, right? That would be Ralodan Eldea. High Wizard Ralodan Eldea. I don't know if he's actually a High Wizard. He just likes being called that or something. I don't know, but he's a good teacher, and I don't know what happened with the book. So, yeah, there you go.
Any sort of check to like see if there's a curse on the book or what's
Well,
going on?
I was going to take, if you guys don't mind spending a little bit of time, I was going to identify it.
I would love that.
Perfect.
So I will.
-1. Please cast a spell.
I mean, yeah, I've got a good arcana, but I figured I'd just, take the time to actually identify this thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're
Kira, do you think she's all shifty because she's nervous, or is she suspicious in some way?
She seems to just be frazzled.
Oh.
Well, here we pause again.
Oh, her frazzle
Or
razzle
not.
dazzle.
But yeah, it just I think she's just in over her head. And I definitely say this to Siobhan loud enough for her to hear.
she doesn't really react. You can see she kind of blushes and her head drops. And she said, Pohaku, you are casting Identify on the book.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see here. The title of the book it's called Breaking the Moon. And what you're able to ascertain from it is there is some sort of demiplane that is attached to this. And within is something. You're not entirely sure what. The nature of the Identify spell is not really telling you that. The book itself is magical. It is very, very resistant to any sort of attempt to physically damage it. If it were to be like soaked in water, for example, the pages would just dry out. If it, were in flames, it would just get extremely hot. I'm not saying you couldn't destroy it if you really set your mind to it, but the average wear and tear aren't going to do anything to it. The fact that it's called Breaking the Moon, you do know that, part of the legend of Ragnarok is both the sun and the moon will each be swallowed by a giant wolf. And so you think this is probably something in reference to that.
Okay. I share that information, and then I just look to Kira, look to the rest of the group, and I just, well, nothing for it, and I just open the front page.
Yeah, I guess the spell wouldn't work.
So as you open the front page, you watch as the pages themselves quickly begin to turn, almost as if being blown by a heavy wind, and then the book stops, splayed open about a third of the way through, and you see just this light begin to emanate from the pages. You feel like you're just looking into something like beyond. It kind of looks like this tunnel of light going into the book itself.
I don't see anyone.
Oh, if I was playing a more chaotic character, I would do something dumb.
Bohaku just sticks his hand into the light. I am playing a chaotic character.
Mm-hmm.
Make a strength saving throw.
I'm just going to let it pull me in.
Okay, you watch it. Haku was just pulled right into the book.
Pohaka, we could have maybe tried. Well, who else is coming in with me?
Well, doesn't someone need to be on the outside to pull you back out? I don't think I understand what the problem is.
Well, Pohaku kind of made that decision for us, and I put my hand on the book.
Yeah, you.
I put my hand
unless
on
you, unless either of you want to make a strength save, you're both just pulled right in.
Such a different character than I usually play, but he's fun.
Meal would never.
I'm confused, so I lean towards the book to try to understand what's happening, to try to see where my friends went.
Okay, make a strength saving throw.
Uh, 22.
Yeah, there's this huge pull, Siobhan. You just kind of steel yourself and resist it. You are not pulled into the book. But you can feel this draw, like it's trying to pull you in. Mannix goes, well, I guess I'd better do my best to look after the lad. Oh, goody. Mannix goes into the book.
On point.
Is anybody still there with me?
Unless Garnet's gone in, Garnet still is.
Yep. Garnet's still out here.
Garnet.
I'm real confused.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So Siobhan's gonna turn to Garnet and very plaintively, I don't understand what's happening.
I think maybe since we couldn't pull him out, we're gonna go in and maybe fight whatever's keeping him there, and then we'll all come out together. Here's hoping. Siobhan, come with me, and Garnet will go towards the book.
Okay, can I take her hand? I'm too strong, so you might have to pull me through, or it needs. We'll have to trick it.
Okay.
All right, Siobhan, are you just going to let it pull you through, or are you going to make another strength save this time?
I guess I'll let it pull me through.
Okay. And so both of you are pulled through this book. And all of you, there is sort of a bit where you kind of yourself floating through space and time. And time is sort of distilled to a crawl here. And as this space begins to grow and take shape around you, those of you who are in first, all of your allies catch up to you. And as you look upward beyond this field, you can see this gnomish woman who is working in the shop kind of staring down at the light, almost like she's trying to see all of you. You all are able to notice she's moving incredibly slowly. Like at first you thought she was just very still, but you could see sort of like the way her hair was moving, by the way it ran over, and you can just kind of see like almost individual strands falling.
I wave.
And Baku waves. And in this space, you find yourself in this fairly large, like octagonal shaped room, sconces along the walls, and in one corner you can see, quite petrified with fear, is a elvish male wearing clearly wizard's robes, and you can see this sort of half-orc looking individual also in wizard's robes. I need to know again how you found this book. I bought it off somebody. I thought it looked interesting, and the name was fascinating, and so I just wanted to have it, and so the half-orc puts a finger up and he looks over his shoulder at all of you. I don't recall inviting anybody in.
Are you the bad guy?
Yeah, we weren't invited. We're just supposed to get him out, so can we take him back, please?
I think he's the bad
assuming.
guy.
Hi, wizard.
Hi, yes, wizard. What kind of question is that?
No. Honestly, she was speaking so quickly I can't remember his name. Shop owner, Berryhaven.
Yes. I am Ralodan Eldea. I own the curly boots in Berryhaven, and I really just want to go home.
Okay, and I'm going to tackle the orc.
We could have been nice.
I love this. I'm so happy.
Make an attack roll, Siobhan.
Okay, I imagine it's a disadvantage because I'm sideways.
No,
Is
it doesn't affect your attack rolls.
Okay.
Is there anything I can do to assist with this? Because I love this.
I'm going to say no, because Siobhan's not usually this impulsive.
Well, it's a terrible roll. I don't know what,
Which comes to 23.
I mean, would it be, I don't know what I'm saying. Is it unarmed strike? Like, what is my modifier for this?
So you just make an attack roll, and it's proficiency plus strength for the mod.
Okay. So 4, 7, 12.
12. That was a tab I wanted to open. No, go away. Thank you. You go and you try and tackle him, and as he's able to kind of get most of his body out of the way, you kind of skid off of his body as this sort of shimmering like breastplate sort of appears where you impacted, sort of disappears. Then you all would be familiar enough with the existence of mage armor to know what that is. Okay then, and I need everyone to roll initiative.
Yep, here we go.
Should I have Roll20 open?
No, this is just a hex, like an octagonal shaped room. There's a few things in here that would kind of operate as like minimal cover, but we don't really need it for that. Although, okay, 25 to 20.
I rolled the poop.
20 to 15.
19.
15 to 10.
11.
14.
Uh, 10 to 5.
8.
Okay.
What did Mannix
With
do?
advantage.
Mannix did absolute garbage with a 2.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah.
On brand. Let everyone else do it for him.
I do have disadvantage on attack rolls, by the way.
When you're poisoned?
Yep.
Awesome. That's it's gonna be fun. All right, so top of the round, that is this mage here is going first. You all would be where you dropped into this space, so all of you except Siobhan are really well clustered, and I need everyone who isn't Siobhan to give me a Constitution saving throw. As you'll watch, he will stick out his
Counterspell.
hand.
I'm falling. I see him making a gesture, and I just counterspell it.
Roll for it, baby.
Okay. Let's see. This is just D. Is it just straight D20 or
D20, and then you get to add your intelligence modifier to it.
modifier? Okay. Oh, not good. That is only an 8. Because I rolled the same number Siobhan rolled for her attack.
Ooh, yeah,
Oh.
that will fail. And you will watch as just this freezing cold cone of ice will wrap around the rest of you who aren't Siobhan. You need to make a DC 17 Constitution saving throw.
And this is a spell.
Yes.
So that's success with a 19.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, 18.
is
Forgot I had such a high modifier on my con.
18, 26, 30, 38, 42. So for anyone who failed, that is 45 points of cold damage from this. And then on a success, that is 22 points of cold damage. Let's see how Mannix did.
Garnet's invisible.
Ooh, Mannix.
Oh no.
Mannix just took 45 points of cold. So that's
Is
that.
Mannix conscious?
Mannix is conscious. Like, you watch this
Not by
massive
much.
wave of cold hits him, and he uses his ash branch staff to hold himself up. So, this was very rude. That is the mage's turn. Kira, you're up.
Would it be possible to use my new spell without doing the initial damage? Because the Mage Cage normally, on cast, it does the damage, as well as you can choose to re-up the damage on subsequent turns.
If you want to do it and not do damage, sure. Like,
I do. So I'm gonna, from a distance, cast Mage Cage.
from a distance. What's, I believe, a strength save?
Yep, 15.
Natural 17.
God. Then I'll just get right up into melee with him and just say, we really do just want to take him and leave. I don't know why she tried to tackle you, but we can avoid a fight.
Alrighty.
As I am blade up in his face.
Nice. That is going to... Siobhan, you are up.
I say to Kira, I was avoiding a fight. I was tackling him. Now we're having a second fight. And I would like to rage. And I am going to go reckless, which will cancel my disadvantage so I can just have a straight roll. And that is 24 to hit.
24 definitely hits.
Okay, so that's 9 points of damage.
Okay, 9 points damage on the first hit.
And the second is a dirty 20 to hit
That'll definitely hit.
for 15 points of damage. Wait,
Very
no.
nice.
No, 8 plus 6 is 14, not 15.
So yeah, you watch Siobhan, not terribly enjoying this situation, charges up 2 swings of her glaive, carving deep into this mage's chest. He is not terribly enjoying that, and doesn't much approve of your life choices in this moment, Siobhan, but I don't know how much you actually care about that. That is movement action, bonus action, so I'm guessing that is everything for your turn.
Yep, and the Spectral Guardians are now in effect.
Okay. At the end of your turn, he is going to use 2 legendary actions to cast invisibility, and you watch as
Counterspell.
And so now, are you
Or
upcasting?
wait, hold on.
I believe
Can
that
I've already used my reaction, haven't I?
you have, and you also spent your last 3rd level spell on the one that didn't work.
Oh no!
I do have 4th level spells though. So
Yeah, you've already used your
But
reaction. You watch as
As he casts a spell within 5 feet of me, I can use my reaction to still try and hit him.
you can, because you have Mage Slayer, don't you?
Yep. And
Make an
his
attack roll.
concentration check, if I hit him, is
a
at
disadvantage.
disadvantage.
Yes, it is. Make an attack roll.
But is my attack at disadvantage or not? Because, like, does the hit happen
I'm gonna
before
say
or after
no,
he
because-
finishes?
I'm gonna say
Yeah.
no, because to me, Mage Slayer, it's while he's casting the spell, and you're just like, I see what you're doing. So I'm gonna give you a straight roll on this.
Okay. And that is a 17 plus to hit.
That will definitely hit.
Yeah, it's a 26.
All right,
All
so go
right.
ahead and give me damage.
That'll be a good old 7 points of piercing and 3 of lightning.
Okay, so 10 points total. As he's trying to make himself disappear, you swing out with this. His concentration check being at disadvantage, he got a total of an 8 on that, so he's going to use legendary resistance to succeed on that, and he does, in fact, turn invisible.
Dang it.
But nicely done. Good use of a reaction. That means now, Pohaku, you are up.
the guy that we were supposed to be rescuing, what is his status right now?
Terrified.
Like pissing himself in corner.
But he's not like restrained or bound or something like that.
He's not restrained or bound or
He's
anything.
just scared.
Yes, he's clearly just scared.
Okay. In that case, and the other guy, let's see. I did not prepare spells for combat encounters today.
Yes, we were led to believe we were having a nice time in a berry-themed town.
We're having a nice time.
I will go up to him. If I can reach the guy, I'm gonna go up to him and tell him, "Get the hell out of here. We'll take care of this." And I'm going to cast Polymorph and turn him into a giant ape. And I just if it goes through, and I'm just pointing essentially to the exit.
All right, and
That's interesting.
you know what? You watch as this orcish mage, his hand out, you watch as he reappears, as the polymorph is counterspelled.
Counterspell the counterspell. That's both of my 4th level spell slots. We're just going all in on it.
Okay? With a counterspell being counterspelled, all that magic's gotta go somewhere.
Oh, hell.
So I need you to roll percentile dice for me, Pahaku.
Interesting. I don't know what this is, but I'm looking forward to it.
I do, and I hate it.
89.
Nice.
89. All right.
wait.
Very nice. It could be. Let's see where that takes us. Let's go to the old wild magic table.
Ah, I see.
Wild Magic Demiplane, no!
And all of a sudden, you guys watch this counterspell, like this polymorph going outward. The counterspell comes towards it. Pahaku throws out another counterspell. This elvish mage is now giant ape, and you watch as Pahaku vanishes. Pahaku, you're there. You can see everything, but you are currently invisible. During this time, no one can hear you if you say anything. It'll end if you attack or cast a spell, however. Pahaku, you're currently invisible.
Okay, I will start Blade Song for my bonus action, and that'll be it.
yes, invisible
A
Blade
Blade
Song.
Song
I love
that
it.
no one can hear.
That's amazing.
And so, wait a minute. So he cast a spell, so he's now visible again, yes?
Yes.
All right. As an invisible Pohaku, I'm just going to go and stand next to him.
Okay. As you step next to him, you watch as out of the corner of his eye. Actually, give me a stealth check. This could be at advantage because you're invisible.
Okay, that's good, because that first one wasn't great.
This is up against his perception.
That's even worse. So that's going to be, I think that's like an 11. Yep,
Okay,
11.
yeah, that was a nat 20 on perception. So he glances in your direction. He's not looking like directly at you, but you definitely get the sense that he knows you're over there somewhere. He knows you got closer to him, but
sure.
but he doesn't know exactly where you are. You're still invisible, but it's like you, like yourself, your voice can't be heard, but like your footfalls can. It's like the sound of your clothes and all that. You're like, okay, he knows I'm near him, but we'll see how much that aids him. Garnet, that makes it your turn.
Well, invisible Garnet is going to sneak up behind him. And try to stab him.
And he has no idea you're there. I don't even need you to roll stealth. That was a pitiful perception check.
Perfect.
Yeah, make an attack roll with advantage.
Must be nice.
All right. That's a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits. Give me damage, please.
$22 points of damage with the psychic blade.
Dang. And so, yeah, you reach out with this psychic blade, stabbing into him. Kind of cries out in pain. You guys can see as the psychic energy goes into his body, you look and you can see all of the features on his face. They're very deep and kind of sunken in. Like his skin looks like it's pulled very taut against it. And it's kind of in this moment, you're getting your first really good look at him. He's definitely... He looks like he's fairly old, but there's also kind of this almost level of decay about his body.
Alright.
I'm gonna bonus action offhand check him.
Love it.
That is 23 to hit.
That'll still hit.
Alright. And that's 7 points of damage.
7 more points of damage as you stab into him again. Very much hurting him. He is hurting. Okay. I got you, Pahaku. Yep. If you're going to change where you are slightly, where you're like, oh, I would have done AO.
It's fine. Yeah, no, I was thinking I was going to AO him, but I have already used my reaction on the counterspell.
Okay. So And that is everything for you, Garnet?
Yep, I am totally visible right at his back.
Alrighty. He is going to, since you are right up there next to him, he's going to use his third and final legendary action, and he is going to try and hit you with a little shocking grasp.
I'll be at disadvantage.
Oh, that's right, it will.
Mhm.
That is a natural 19 and a natural 4. So we're not even going to worry about the modifiers out there. Like, he reaches out to do the shocking grasp on you, and just one of the tendrils kind of grabs onto his arm, slowing it down. And Garnet, you're able to kind of like effortlessly kind of backflip out of the way. Kind of looks over at you, Siobhan. I should kill you first. That's going to bring it to Reba Rockgut.
So, what's happening with like that slow-moving woman you described at first?
So yeah, that's kind of like if you look back up at the gate where sort of like you came in. This is sort of let you know as far as like time here versus time on the upper world, it's incredibly dilated. Time in real life is moving incredibly slow. You get the sense that where minutes or maybe even hours would pass here, seconds would pass.
Okay, so the slow-moving woman is just on another realm. She's not a part of this.
Right. That is back on like the main on the actual plane where you came from here in Berryhaven, and you guys are on this demi-plane within the book itself.
That a dead computer freeze? It might be. So we'll pause again. Jump cuts.
Okay, Reba.
Mass healing word on everyone affected by that terrible cold cone.
And how much does everyone get back?
1d4 plus 5, which means everyone gets back. Oh, my d4 is trapped.
Does that affect if you can't see me?
Well, I rolled a 1, so everyone
Does it
gets
say you
back
have to be able to
6.
see them?
Oh,
Does it say creature that you can see?
yep, that you can see within range. Sorry,
No
Paul,
healing
you're
for
wrong.
Bahaku.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Everyone else gets 6 points of healing back.
Alrighty, it's your bonus action. Anything else for you there, Reba?
Nope.
Okay.
Hey,
That is going to bring it to the elf mage's turn, and he's not one to overlook a quality suggestion, Paku. He is going to get the ever-loving fuck out of here, but
As a
first-
giant ape.
Yes. He is going to make 2 fist attacks against this mage as they by. One of those will miss, one of them will hit. So, 3d10. Okay. So, Seer is 20 points of bludgeoning damage to this mage here. So you watch as this giant ape, just very wide-eyed, aware of what's going on here, just kind of nods at you, Pohaku, and just charging by, just sucker punches this mage in the side of the head, and then just kind of charges. You watch as he sort of like leaps up into this gateway from whence he entered. We'll see what all.
If I
that
see
means.
him exiting, I will drop concentration.
Cool. All right. Cool. So yeah.
Otherwise,
Just
there's going to be a giant ape running amok in the shop, which
All right.
could
I wanted
be
to
fun.
see what would
but
happen.
I don't think I'm quite that chaotic.
Okay, perfect. That is going to bring it to Mannix's turn, which is I get to run Mannix. That means I get to play with his cool staff. What spells does this? So something. That was a neat trick. He's gonna look to you. He's gonna look to you real quick, Siobhan. Fight or flee? You can answer in one word before he does what he's gonna do.
Right?
Okay, then that will change exactly what he's going to do, And he gets in close and he positions himself where he doesn't have to worry so much about hitting all of you. He does his own cone of cold. That is a failure, but he's going to use a legendary resistance to succeed. So instead of 30 points of cold damage, he will only take 15. And he's starting to look a bit rough now. There's definitely some damage that's happened here. I see your message there, Phoenix. I don't allow the whole auto nuke thing with it. So
okay.
you guys are okay. There will be other things.
That's in the DM-less chat. You've been snooping in on us.
I had to be added into that as when I became a moderator on this. That's actually the first thing I've seen that you guys have put. So don't worry. It came up as an alert on my screen.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, I just realized. Yeah, we brought a freaking portable hole into a demi-plane, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah, that just appeared in the corner of my screen here. I don't usually pay attention to the chat during the game, but I happened to see that. No, you guys are fine.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess
part of me that would have been really curious about that, but I'm glad it didn't happen.
For the DM-less chat, use it a ton outside of games because I never look at it as far as like clicking on it. But when alerts come up here on my screen, and I can't help what appears in the corner. But as a moderator of the channel, I have to have access to
it's all good.
All chats. Yeah. So, but yes, I do not open it. I would never.
Yeah, no, good idea. I will change that to not actually DM-less chat.
I was so scandalized for a minute.
I'm gonna make a whole other Discord channel just for us to talk without you.
That's a great idea, actually, because I don't want to see the stuff you guys say. Yeah. That is Mannix's turn. Let's bring it back to the top of the round. That is the mage's turn, and since he is bloodied, that opens up a whole new ability to him.
Oh, good.
Well, you gotta have some. You gotta have some fun sometimes.
Should have saved my reaction for his regular turn instead of for a legendary action.
He is. So you will watch as this kind of spiral of energy kind of starts extending out off of his body, like sort of almost like a cyclone here. And I am, let's see here, where is that spell I was looking for? Pardon me while I... So as this comes pulling out and off of him,
oh god, he's going to a real-world book.
He's going to a book.
That... no. Do not like.
I would just like to point out that it's not actually Siobhan's fault that she's drunk.
You know, that's fair.
It's mine. I'm okay with it.
And you know, I did have a half-second thought to just lesser restoration the poison away before we jumped into the book. Should've.
Nah. It was worth the, just spontaneous tackle. That's what I wanted.
Yeah, it's like, this isn't a fight. I was taking care of this diplomatically. I was tackling you, not swinging with my glaive. You're welcome.
Would anyone respond to a just peaceful tackle?
Yeah.
With fighting. It's so weird.
Clearly does not have any brothers. That's all I can imagine.
I'm just remembering earlier episodes, that's all.
Early episodes of
Could
what?
only ever de-escalate the situation.
There it is. So you'll watch as this wave of just energy comes off of him, and I need all of you within the vicinity of this to make a Constitution saving throw.
I'm assuming I am within the vicinity. Does it affect me as I'm invisible?
It would affect you, because this is just a
Okay.
physical thing. He doesn't need to see you for this.
So, Constitution?
It's an
This
18,
is a
baby.
Constitution saving for, and actually, since this is a spell, I need to look at Mannix's Anchbrash staff.
A 19 for Pohaku.
There we go.
And you know what?
What?
Mannix is going to attempt to counterspell it.
Even better.
So these waves of gravitational energy come out. You guys can feel it begin to touch you, and it's starting to pull you inward. And then Manic snaps his fingers, and you watch as this own blast of arcane energy just shoots outward and completely dissipates it. Rolled a natural 18 on that counterspell. So that is the end of that spell for him. You all could be a problem. Kira, you're up.
And I wanted to do this without killing you. I told you that at the top of this, and you decided to go all ice blasty. That's my thing. And I'm going to quicken. I'm going to quicken a fourth level. Fourth level chromatic orb in his face.
Ooh. Yeah, attack roll.
So that is an 18 to hit. Rolled kind of low.
Yeah, that hits.
All right. I'm just gonna let the digital dice handle that, so I don't have to do math. But yeah, and so hello. Thank you, digital dice. That's 34 points of cold damage.
Damn. Yeah, this definitely did some damage to him. He did not enjoy that.
And then I will also Icebound Blade him.
Okay, please do.
And that is a 21 to hit.
That'll absolutely hit. Give me damage, please.
And so that'll be an added 9 piercing, 2 lightning, and 5 cold.
Katsumi, you see he's breathing heavy.
Remember how I said you could have just done this peacefully? Remember? That's what happens.
It happens when you
That's my
find
turn.
a stranger in the Alps.
I can see he trained you well. And he's going to use 2 legendary actions and
The what?
casts invisibility.
Use my reaction to bonk him.
Okay, and make an attack roll.
That's a 16 to hit.
All right, that'll hit.
The 5th level bonk.
He's fine on the concentration check. It was
So that's
a
another-
natural 14 or natural 16.
All right, but it is another 11 piercing and 2 lightning.
Yeah, damage definitely done, but he was able to maintain the concentration on his invisibility this time around.
And let me know if he moves.
No, I will. Siobhan, you're up.
Question.
Yeah.
Because of my ancestral protectors, would I still have a sense of where he was, or can we see? Because they're...
You wouldn't know exactly where he is. They're all kind of like just sort of like reaching out and nebulous. Like if he makes attacks and whatnot, there are times that they just are able to sort of see through invisibility at that moment to reach out and tether. But it's not like a strong grasp on it where you would know, I have to go right here to attack.
Okay. Well, I am going to once again attempt to recklessly swing where he just was.
Make 2 attack, maybe straight attack rolls can only be disadvantaged. So
the first one is a God, I'm a beast. The first one is a 27.
Yeah, that hits.
For 9 points of damage.
9 points of damage. Okay, he maintains concentration.
And the second one... Oh! The second one is a 10.
10 will not hit.
Yeah, and then I'm going to bonus action pole arm master.
Oh, there you go. Use that butt end.
Yep, and that is a 26 to hit.
That will hit.
And that one is 6 points of damage.
Okay, it's a natural 1 for the concentration check. I'm going to use legendary resistance. I think that's his last one for that.
I was just thinking, like, if I break his concentration on the, like, D4, that's going to be amazing.
It damn near did. I got that 1. Can't do anything about that. All right, that is... Anything else for your turn?
He just said he trained you well, right?
Sure did.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm too drunk to put that together.
Okay. Pohaku, you are up. Garnet's on deck.
All right. I am going to go ahead and... Well... I can't see him either, can I?
No, you can't see him. Like, you could tell that where Siobhan swung, like, at least 2 of her swings, it made contact with something. You could see the blade cut into something, and then when she stuck out with the butt end, it clearly bounced off, and you heard, like, the guttural sound of pain that he let out.
So, all right. So I'll make an attack with mistletoe. Now, I'm invisible, so it's an advantage, canceled by his invisible, so it's a straight roll.
Straight roll.
All right. Go. So this is just a normal attack. It's a 26 to hit.
Okay, that will hit.
For 10 points of piercing damage.
Okay, definitely. Yeah, you felt the blade sink into him. He will maintain concentration.
And then I will hit him again, but this time it'll be with the obsidian shards. So roll that. That is a 24 to hit.
Definitely hits. Give me damage, please.
And I can never remember what I'm supposed to actually roll on these. So
It's just an extra D8 right
weapon.
now.
Is it just okay? Thank you.
Yeah, it's the weapon,
So
your
it's the
regular weapon, and then
damage
extra
plus-
D8.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here comes the weapon damage then. So the weapon damage is 9, and then the D8 is 4, so 13 more.
13. Okay. Maintains concentration on that, but you definitely found purchase on the attack. Anything else for your turn?
Bonus action with the Leomano.
Okay. Yeah, do it.
So, 17 to hit.
17 still hits.
All right. 2 points.
2. All right. That's 12 on the concentration check, so he's just sticking in there. Whew. That's like, that'll be a big hit.
And that will be it for me.
Alrighty. End of your turn, he will use his third and final legendary action. He is going to move. None of you can tell where. So go ahead and roll that Icebound Blade damage.
And the obsidian shards as well.
Oh, yeah.
Both of those go off.
Yep.
I'm going to roll a
And
different
that's-
concentration check for each one because it's different sources.
Yep. So mine is 13 points of ice damage.
Okay, natural 14.
So
Let's see. So this is going to be 2d8.
Yeah.
Yep.
11 points of magical slashing.
Okay, so yeah, he's fine with a 12 on the concentration check. So he is still invisible. You can't see this, but he's really hurt. You can hear the sounds of pain. You can hear him breathing very heavily, and he moves elsewhere. None of you are quite sure where, but that will bring it to Garnet. And then Reba, you're on deck.
We don't know where he moved, but we did hear him move.
Yeah, well, because you would know your allies well enough to know things like Icebound Blade and the Obsidian Shards, that those go off when somebody moves, has been hit by it, and you would have seen these arcane explosions happened. So clearly he moved somewhere. But as far as where, you don't know.
I am going to use my bonus action to take steady aim and hold my action to attack him when I can see him.
Okay. Steady aim, hold action to attack when he appears. Love it. Mannix. Let's see here. Mannix is looking pretty damn rough. Pohaku, you're looking pretty rough also.
Yep, I'm in the teens. From that one hit.
Yeah. Mannix is going to back up close to the exit, almost stepping into it, and he is going to use 6 charges off his ash branch staff.
There we go.
Say that fast. And he is going to cast a globe of invulnerability on Pohaku. So Pohaku, any spells 5th level or lower cannot affect you, but the globe is stationary. Any of you can move in there and out of this globe as you like, however. So if Pohaku were to move out, someone else could step in. But there's this globe of vulnerability there.
I feel like Pohaku looks up and has 2 primary instincts. One, he looks over to Mannix and kind of nods and thank you, and then shakes his head. Wait, you did that?
Just points at the staff. Alrighty, that will
No, it wasn't
make it.
me that was helpful, it was a stab.
That is the mage's turn.
Thumbs up from Pohaku as it's like, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
He has had just about enough of all of this shit, and he is going to plane shift the fuck out of here. Garnet, you will get your attack because he will appear as this spell is coming to fruition.
Cool.
Crit.
No, God. Oh, that's terrible. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay.
I mean, sure, you could use it on this, or hey, how about dancing though? I'm just saying.
Still not the best, but I've got a good plus, so 17.
17 will hit.
Okay. 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage. Halved, that would be 12, which is only important because I'm going to make him make a concentration check on this plane shift to get out of here. Because it's a natural 15. So you will watch as this fissure in space and time opens up. We'll be seeing you. He steps into it.
You could have done that earlier.
Run like a bitch.
And that will conclude the combat. As you look about this demiplane, there's very little here. There's a very simple desk, a small amount of parchment on it. It looks like someone had recently kind of haphazardly gone over it. You would infer enough just from seeing the interaction when you arrived. Clearly the half-orc was here first, and since there was this large interrogation towards the elf, you imagine probably whatever was there that was the most important, he probably gathered up in that first moment. But there are still a couple pieces here and there.
You want to just kind of push the desk into the hole and sort it out later?
Well, this is contained in a book, yeah?
True. I wanted to take it
Keep.
out of the book and then just, like, destroy it.
Let's take the book.
Alright.
Are we destroying the book or the desk or the book and the desk?
No. I just take the book.
But the book is bad because the bad man's in it.
But he's not there anymore. He left.
I mean, he can pretty clearly teleport in and out.
Can we go have pie?
Also, yes.
There was pie on the table. Do you think they kept it there?
I feel like we could negotiate keeping the book. Because, you know, we rescued the guy.
Okay.
I mean, if you want the book, eh?
But we're in the book. Are we in the book?
So let's get
How
out.
are we in the book?
Where's the slow lady?
Magic, Siobhan! And I gotta just help us get out of the book.
I mean, is the desk just investigation?
Yeah, you can just do a little investigation on it if you want.
Oh yeah, do that before we leave.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll investigation
Yeah,
on it.
give me an investigation check.
More single digits. That turns into a 16.
16, very nice. So, looking through, like I said, there's not a lot left here. You go through the desk. There's only really one thing that's of much interest to you, and it's just some basic scrawling, and it says the return of Vilmos.
Oh no!
And you can see things in there where it says speak with Evanora. And the Arbiter is the key. Those are the only things in there that really stand out on it. Like there's a lot of just, most of the rest of it is just kind of just sketchings of like arcane theory. Like if you looked at like complex math equations up on a chalkboard, it's the equivalent of that, but just going through like arcane theory. We're like, okay, I can kind of see how that's sort of the beginning of this spell here, but it's kind of trails off and it doesn't make much sense. There's a heavy focus of necromancy here and a type of magic you're just not familiar with.
What's a Vilmos? A couple of you seem to have some pretty strong reactions to that.
Sorry, I heard. Well, Jamie did, but I don't know if Siobhan heard that, or is like she's not reading this. I think she's.
I mean, I'm sharing what I'm finding.
Not Vilmos fucking Thanamir.
Oh, is he from there?
From where? What are we? Well, I mean, how common of a given name is Vilmos in the Empire? Is there a bunch of people named after Mythos? Vilmos Thanamir was the last emperor and noted fuckhead. But dead for these past, I don't know how many years.
I'd say, what was it? 15, 20?
He's been dead for some time.
But
Cool. So trying to bring him back somehow in
No,
connection with Evanor.
was Evanora? Wait, what's happening? I was drinking lovely wine and now we're inside a book, and what's Vilma? We can't hear you.
Can't hear you,
Horrible murder
Casey.
story that we just barely got Kira out of.
What?
That's
No!
Evanora. The one that we set free? That's Evanora. It's great. I'm so happy to hear her name again. It's
The lady
such
that was
good
in the
news.
sword.
The one that we set free. Yeah. Oopsie.
Anyway, let's get
I
out
was
of
on
this book.
holiday.
SpaghettiOs.
Aren't we on holiday? I thought we were just having a nice time.
No, we don't get to have such things.
I was just trying to get free stuff.
The death of Vilmos Thanamir happened 4 years ago.
Not long
yep.
enough.
I've got my calendar wrong.
See, this is Siobhan. This is where they always get you. It's that clause about other duties as needed. It's the worst.
Never go on salary. Only ever paid by the hour, because that's how they get you. Would Reba know, just by merit of being a cleric of the grave, what sort of timeline different revivify spells take? Because I know the time of death is very important with those.
Time of death can be very important. To try and cast anything where someone has been dead more than even a mere 10 days can be very difficult. I'm not saying impossible, but it's not something commonly done. Like if you're thinking like pure cleric magic.
Okay, never mind. Jamie knows this. Siobhan does not know this.
So yeah, you've heard the ability to raise dead of those who have been gone for just over a week. You would know, as a grave cleric, as your connection with Hela, in theory, you could bring back someone that died within the last century. However, their soul not only has to be willing, it has to be free. And if there's one thing Hela is not about, it's letting souls be free. Which would mean one of two things. If someone were to attempt this, they would either have to know or be able to guarantee that the soul in question was free and was not anywhere in the realms of the dead, or they were seeking an alternative means of resurrection that you don't know anything about.
That's fun. Great and fun. Love that. That's another freeze. So we pause again. More jump cuts.
Yeah. So, Casey, you're saying like Reba just kind of passes out?
Yeah, she just collapsed to the floor, just boneless. No reason, just, know.
I just wanted to get free stuff and help a person out. That's all I wanted. That's great.
Oh, the kitty!
Yes.
Siobhan is concerned and stumbles over to try to help passed out Reba.
You're able to bring her around to consciousness, and Reba's just very clearly distraught. Mannix, drops the globe vulnerability, is kind of looking at the staff. I pull a wonderful bloody new trick, and it isn't being able to be used for anything. Shame.
Is the globe still up?
He's dropped it. It was there, but he dropped it. Oh.
Well, let's at least get out of this book and talk to those two in the shop and see where they got this book.
Oh, one step ahead of you, and Mannix is up and out.
I'm going to pick up Reba.
So Siobhan, you hoist up Reba, and you full on officer and a gentleman her right on out of there.
Reba does not get picked up often, and after the first wave of flustered, what the fuck, where's the ground? She feels so Twitter-pated.
No, it's X-pated now.
Enjoys it. It's a rarity.
Oh, X-pated. No.
Oh, I hate him.
Yep.
Then we all go out.
So one by one, all of you back in the curly boots here, and as you get there, Raladan, who you were told was the proprietor. Oh goodness, I can't thank you all enough for getting me out of there. Okay, first he closes the book and you watch as he reaches into one of his robes and he puts this metal band on it, does a little incantation, and you watch as it gets sealed. Yes. Vensa, will you file this away somewhere dark and put something heavy on top of it so we never deal with it again? Wonderful. How may I help you?
Want us to take that with us and just take it off your hands completely?
Oh, you like it to be your problem. Very good. It cost you 5,000 gold.
No! Cost you your safety.
50 gold.
45.
Done.
I was just gonna take the band thing off and throw him back in.
How dare you? This is my place of business.
How much
Hey,
did you
so-
pay for it?
Oh, well, one at a time. My ears are still ringing from terror. What?
It's okay, I understand. Apes have very good hearing. You're welcome.
Thank you. That was fun. I enjoyed punching him. He slides 5 gold back to Garnet.
Thanks.
For the polymorph. I enjoyed that.
Me too. I'm glad it was good for you too.
Yes, it was. What can I help you all with?
Well, I came here to get some scrolls, but now we got to talk about all of that book, because that I have so many, what are they called? Expletive insults that I can't pick which one is right for that whole mess. Apparently seems to be wrapped up in a whole thing that we're actually connected to trying to stop. So,
Oh, wonderful. Good. I'm so glad you have the book now then. No offense. Please do not take this the wrong way. I want nothing to do with it.
yeah, no, that is definitely for the best.
Beautiful. Now, if you're looking for any sort of magical accoutrement to go along with you, I do have quite the variety of things available. And
Oh, that's good, because your assistant told us we could have whatever we needed. And
That is true.
I kind of look over towards the assistant.
okay, it's not exactly what I meant, but they need some really simple spell scrolls. One of I think Encode Thoughts was needed. That's not very expensive, not a big deal. Just
And I figure
takes
we
one
could get
down.
a hefty saved your life discount.
Take the scroll. You're welcome.
I was also going to ask for Summon Steed and Sleet Storm if you had them.
The Phantom Steed, yes.
Phantom Steed, that was it. That was what
I
we
was
were talking
dreaming
about.
this. I had this idea, and I think I know how to do it, but I just wanted to check my work.
Tell them to you 100 gold for the pair.
Done. Wait. I look over to Garnet. Am I done? Let me confer with my manager. Hold on.
Of course. Giving it to you at a very hefty discount.
Player to DM, what would that normally have been?
I mean, normally those scrolls usually cost in the hundreds each.
Yeah. Okay, Pohaku, good job.
100 gold
Kira.
for the two?
Kira,
Yes?
I think there was some pie.
We should ask him what the feck just happened.
Oh, I can help out with one more thing, and he will neutralize poison on Siobhan.
Oh, wait, so I'm just instantly not drunk? Or,
You're still buzzed, but you're not hammered.
oh, bloody fucking hell. Thank you.
Yeah, that was on the list.
What just happened?
No, it's weird. Being drunk is more fun as a bee. It's weird.
Oh, and what happened was you all came into that book to save me from some incredibly angry mage who had apparently used the interior of it as a private study, and apparently I was to answer for encroaching upon the private sanctum of Thurudar.
Thurudar.
When I was a kid, librarians used to say that, like, reading books would transport me to other worlds, but man, I think I was doing it wrong till now.
Always listen to your local librarian, they know everything.
I get it, yeah, now I agree. Always.
Always donate to your local library, they need the funds.
Does this guy look like Lamar Burton by any chance?
No, he doesn't look a damn thing like LeVar Burton. He's very pale, long, thin, like almost exaggerated features. Like if his chin and nose were a bit longer, he'd look like fucking Cold Miser from A Year Without Santa Claus.
Yes, but I'm bum. And that's as much as I'll sing, so Jordan won't yell at me.
Any and everything that you know about him is going to be important information for us.
And unfortunately, that's everything I know. I
Damn.
acquired this book just through, traveling merchants who, unloading some things, buying some things, they had found a handful of, old magical things. I thought the name of the book was interesting, wondered if it had to be anything to do with the legend of the end of the world, and thought it might be fascinating to study the end of times. And so I opened it, it was drawn inside.
If you can remember or think of anything else that has to do with him and what all's going on in that book, throw me a sending.
I will. I don't get your hopes up. That's literally everything that would happen. The advice I would give, what I was planning to do, dispel that thing. Break the connection to the demiplane.
I can certainly do that. I think we might try to take everything of his out of it first.
Worthwhile.
When we first came in, he was yelling something about, where'd you get the book? Was that it?
He wanted to know where I found this book, how I found my way there. Obviously, I would assume that book wasn't the only way in, else, if that's the way he entered, who knows how long he had been there for. Time, I could already tell, very different.
Then, would you tell us, please, what you remember about the travelers you did get the book from?
It was a trio of individuals. Believe they came from I believe they came a bit from the west, over in the nation of Eyjafjord. I don't know if they were citizens of there. They certainly didn't wear anything that suggested such. Sailors or pirates by trade, I'm sure. The most noteworthy of them, the one who spoke the most, she had long flaming red hair, not literally on fire, but literally the color of fire. Left side of it shaved, and there was a very ornate tattoo there. Looked like 3 braids woven together. She wore very unique, bright green studded armor and carried an ornate rapier on her hip. I wish I could give you her name, but I didn't ask for it.
Fair enough.
They did say that if they found anything else interesting, they might pass by this way, as I offered them some good coin if they did. They were apparently planning to trek through the Whispering Wood to help them.
Well, if you
All right.
see them again, begging your pardon. If you see them again, tell them there's money in it for them if they tell us where they found the book.
I'll very much do so. I'm not ashamed to say, as sometimes you don't ask questions of who you buy from. They seem very quiet about where they're from or what they did. They just had things to sell.
Right. Yeah. Siobhan realizes that she should not probably be doing the talking, and so turns to Garnet specifically, and says, actually, in her head, says, "So, what's the right thing to do to say we want information? We don't, or what? Can you? I don't know how the right way to do this is, because they sound like they're more in your line of work, perhaps."
I think you're doing fine. You're saying that there's a reward for the right information, but it's got to be the right information.
All right.
The reward will match what we get.
Right. Said. Right. So if they tell them we don't care where we've no concern over how they came to be in possession of said book. Just need to know where it came from. And then looks over at Garnet again and very slowly says, "The right information is worth money, but only the right information."
Garnet just gives her an encouraging nod. You're doing great.
I'll let you know if I find anything, and thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
we need a card or something. We're the sisters.
Oh, good. The sisters. Well, I will reach out to one of you should I gather any more information from them about where they may have found that book. As far as where they were going in the wood, they did mention it was going to be the western part of the wood. I'm assuming they're probably going to sail around the southern peninsula of Gismopolis and park their ship somewhere along the shore, possibly near Coven Cradle. If I were to guess, I barely know the geography of the place. I don't get out much. Anyways, I prattle, and not to be rude, if you'll excuse me, I feel like I need to go lie down for a bit. That was terrifying, and I can't thank you enough for saving me.
Yeah. That information and the discounts, thanks enough. I mean, future
Absolutely.
discounts later wouldn't be, I wouldn't be opposed to them.
Mannix will lean in close to him. There is one more thing, good sir, that I expect you to tell us, and do not deceive me. Is there any good local theatre about, as I am looking to attend a show this evening, as I do most look to be entertained? Yes, of course. I have, matter of fact, I have here two tickets. There will be a wonderful group of players that are supposed to be performing tonight over at the Horseshoe Vineyard. I'm sure it'll be a lovely time. This is for a private table. I often go. They are yours for you and a guest of your choice, or go yourself. But by all means, please enjoy. Mannix goes, okay, all. I think we're done here. Good business. Good business.
Try not to get sucked into any more books, and I'll start to leave.
Okay. And as you all head back to the Sunrise Palace, probably to get some sort of beverage to calm your nerves,
I think I'm
discuss
good.
this. You probably are. And Mannix to think about what he's going to wear to the Horseshoe Vineyard to see whatever this play is.
Is it the Maelstrom?
It is now. It's the Maelstrom. Wilhelm.
And here I thought it was the Merchant of
Maelstrom.
Aefuel.
That's where we'll put a pin in it as you all seek to find out what all this means of this half-orc mage that was in this book. But that's for later us when we get to see what chaos awaits.